Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is LC and today we're here with another Marvel Mystic Mayhem breakdown video. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down Mr. Negative. He, alongside some other characters in this game, are actually very underrated in my opinion. I don't think he'll get a lot of traction, well, at least initially, because like people like to look over Mr. Negative and probably because of his rarity, but he actually really does have some pretty interesting things in his kit that actually make him a pretty viable fighter unit. And also just be aware that if you hear background noise, just be aware because it's just like my window's open and it's the whole air coming in and doing renovations too. It's just a whole hullabaloo, but what can you do? I want to thank all of you guys for watching, whether you're old, new viewer, / subscriber. I appreciate it all the same. And now let's break down Sir Negative. Mr. Negative is a fighter character. He is currently, at the time of this recording anyway, he is level 49 out of 56. He's at 2 stars by the way. I didn't get him up to 3 because I didn't have enough of the awakening gems that you need in this game, which in the beta anyway they were kind of hard to get, unfortunately, so we kind of have to, I don't know if they'll change it with on the release of the full release of the game. They might, but as the beta was going on, it wasn't as good. Basic attributes: HP 3608, attack 345, I don't know why I say like that, defense is 276, recovery 179, crit rate 5.5, damage 55.3, bonus for corrupting touch is level 1. Basic attacks apply corruption to the target for 5 seconds, and corruption reduces attack by 10%, which I think is pretty cool. It's nothing too crazy, but like reducing attack to like stronger enemies can have its benefits. Duality Blade is level 1, deals 36% of Mr. Negative's attack as special damage. Force of Light is level 1, heals Mr. Negative for 24% of his max HP, removes a random debuff, and increases attack by 10% for 10 seconds if he has any debuff. I think this is a pretty cool healing move to have. I kind of did wish I had a little bit more, but I'll get to that afterwards. Force of Darkness is level 2, deals 410% of Mr. Negative's attack as special damage to enemies in the target area, removing a random buff from them. So again, he's kind of like a sabotaging kind of character in a way, that could deal damage too. And lastly, for Perfect Balance is level 1, deals 280% of Mr. Negative's attack as special damage to an enemy, deals 50% more damage for each debuff on the target. So hey, you gotta get those debuffs on an enemy to do some massive damage. Now for artifacts, we have Extremis and we have stable molecules. Nothing too crazy about them. Once again, like, it is what it is. For Mr. Negative, he doesn't really have like a character specific of artifacts, so I give him basic artifacts, so like attack, defense, that sort of thing, just to get the ball rolling for him anyway. And for the highlight, we have Hear Me Roar. Roar's attack increases by 1% up to 30% for every 1% of HP lost. I gave him this because he does a focus on like attack up buffs for himself, and I do think he could benefit off that. Even though he can heal, I feel like if you can get that rotation going, you get a lot of HP going for him. And then lastly, for the dupes, I did put one dupe into Mind, that being Force of Darkness reduces enemies' defense by 20 seconds, or 20%, excuse me, or 10 seconds, which I think is pretty good. 20% lower defense can equate to a good chunk of damage if used correctly. I'm excited to see how he works deeper in the game, so let's test him out and see how he works. Okay, so this is the same stage as yesterday. This is actually a challenge mode too. I think these enemies are level 40 something, I don't remember which, but Mr. Negative should be fine here. Okay, so we did an attack debuff and a defensive debuff, which everything helps Mr. Negative in the long run because he won't be taking as much damage, and he'll be dealing more damage too, since he actually gains an attack up buff too from losing a certain amount of HP. Okay, so Mr. Negative is going around, which is actually, I do like that. It's kind of like so stationary. Can keep the fight going. Armored Goodness, not necessarily. Doctor Strange he wasn't really in a pickle, but like, he shouldn't be surrounded like that. He should not be surrounded like that in the slightest, in my opinion. Good thing though that Armor is taking the front end of damage. Mr. Negative is kind of dealing that. He's kind of like, well, him and Salak are in the same class, so they are kind of be doing similar things, but like he will be going around like doing damage to enemies while like they're focusing on armor, so I think it's a benefit. Okay, 2,000 damage essentially, not bad. You can see how much this does. 8,000 total. Okay, we're cooking here. We're cooking a little bit. It's a little scrumptious. Lowering the defense is always a good thing in my opinion. For enemy defense anyway, not our own. Good. Could you imagine our own defense being lowered? Okay. Honestly, this is a pretty easy fight, not gonna lie. But I think mainly because, of course, armor. So like, Mr. Negative's doing our, he's mainly our like damage dealing character. I wonder like if his damage would be more, I don't think it would be more than armor's because armor does have AOE properties to her, so she can like kind of deal more damage at once. But I think he'll do decent damage. I don't know if we clicked. Did we? Yeah, we did check it. Okay. So damage double was 22,000 compared to everybody else. More than Doctor Strange, less than armor, of course. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. I think it worked, and I think Mr. Negative's main shtick is buffs and debuffs, right? So I think for what he did anyway, it honestly works. But let's test him into a different match. Okay, so now we're fighting the Zutak stage, one of Namor's minions, I think. I could be totally wrong. Correct me if I am. We are decreasing the attack and defense of the boss. The thing is, the boss itself isn't hard, right? It's the minions. The minions after Zutak, like he's spawning like 3 of them, and they're just annoying because it plays a really nasty debuff onto the characters, right? And I want to see how Mr. Negative will, or if he can actually clear it off. And I don't remember if I did it in this match again. I don't know if he died or anything because again, I did record this a while ago, so I don't know if it could be possible, but we're doing decent damage, right? I'm not Mr. Negative's gonna live. Okay, we purified it. I think, I don't know how is this gonna do. I don't know. This could be either really good or really bad. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna get the debuff either. It could be armor, it could be Scarlet Witch. I don't know. Scarlet Witch has a debuff, unfortunately. Oof, Mr. Negative took a big hit there. Yeah, okay, so he died. But I think we can still live this, hopefully. I think. Let's see. Like, that debuff is annoying because it drains our health and they get health from it. Like, it's literally like a life drain. It's so annoying. Yeah, let's get one out the way. Okay, good. Scarlet Witch is dead. I think we live past this and we beat the boss. I'm not sure. It's not really relevant now because like it's mainly Mr. Negative showcase. But again, in case anyone wanted to see this we fight this boss anyway, here you go. Okay, so oh yeah, we definitely beat this boss. Ain't no way we don't. There's no way we don't. I think this takes a little bit longer since Armor's the only one here. But honestly, I think we're just going to end the fight right here since Mr. Negative is not here. We're going to move on to something else and see how he works in that match. Okay, so we're back with the Morgan Le Fay fight. I think this fight is a little bit more doable. We get to already put some debuffs on Morgan Le Fay and her minions. First things first, we need to get rid of her minions because they do heal her every time their power meter, or whatever you want to call it, or the gauge fills up to 100%. So, okay, basically like what, 20% health left on our left minion, so it's good to get things started. I'm not even playing, I'm like watching myself, like my old footage, and I'm just so invested in it. I don't know why it's always happening. I get like so wrapped up in it, you know what I mean? Go crazy Scarlet Witch. Look at all that healing. Nasty work is nasty work. What we need to do is get rid of that minion back because he's just very annoying. Okay, so he's gone. Now we can do our main damage towards Morgan. I actually do hope she's playable, by the way. She has like a boss animation in the game too, and she's a part of the story. So like, I don't think she shouldn't be playable. She might be in the near future if she could. Maybe on full release. I don't know. It would be nice. Same with Namor. Namor has a boss animation too, and like actually animations in the game as well. And like, it would be cool if he was playable too. Same with Captain America. Well, he's not a boss, but like he is in the game. But like, yeah, he just wasn't like attainable at the time. Okay, so we need to do, I don't know how many more skills we need to do, maybe 3? Maybe? 100. Oh, yeah. I don't know if we can do this. He might take a big chunk of damage here. Okay, yeah. Well, it is what it is. Scarlet Witch anyway, but I mean, she's our main damage dealer, but like okay, never mind. Never mind. We just lost Mr. Negative. Oh, that hurts to my core. I mean, it's okay, it's fine. But honestly, I think we've seen everything we needed to see, so let's take him back into the main menu and give our final thoughts. So overall, Mr. Negative is not a really complex character. He is pretty straightforward. I do like the buffs and debuffs he places on himself and onto the enemies. I think they're very useful, and paired up with the right team or party can actually benefit you, in my opinion. So if I put him up with Sleepwalker, I think that could work, or I don't know, just off the top of my head, like Man Thing, because they all give buffs to each other. I think that can work in your favor too. But I think just mainly for his case, buffing up his attack and his defense is probably 2 of the main things. And like, I don't know if they have any like debuff exclusive artifacts or highlights yet. I have to double check, but I think having those on too. If not, then probably equip him with some, if you want like health or attack, that could work too in your favor. Or like if you want like any of the, like if you have any of the gold highlights, maybe the mono one could help, or the barrier one. I don't think really benefit him a lot though. But no, actually no, they're actually character specific highlights. What am I saying? So yeah, he can wear those. Okay, so yeah, well, I guess in artifact case, yeah, just attacks and heals, I guess. Crits too could also work in my opinion, but I mean, yeah, it's nothing really too crazy though. But yeah, he's honestly not bad in my opinion. He's definitely underrated, but I think that there can be a little bit more buff into him, but he doesn't need to be perfect, you know what I mean? But with that being said, I'm going to end it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this showcase. Tomorrow is our last showcase video for the characters in the game. Tomorrow will be Doppelganger. Again, I think he's also an underrated character, just probably because of his appearance. He seems like he can't do much, but he honestly really can. Does a really good amount of damage too. So with that being said, stay safe, stay blessed, have an amazing day, God bless, and I'll catch you all in the next one.